Welcome to INRVISION Season 2, Episode 3. I'm celebrity and editorial makeup artist Tiger, and let me tell you how I built an empire. I graduated from cosmetology school. I did one of my classmates' makeup. I thought it was dope. I went back home to my mother, and I was like, I think I'm gonna start messing with makeup. She laughed at first because she literally just took out a whole $16,000 loan for hair school. So when I told her that, she was like, well, when you're serious, just let me know, because she just didn't take me serious. So I practiced at it, and I remember I started with like a little palette, some dollar store palette, and I started practicing on certain people who, the same classmate who I did the makeup on the first time. And from then on, I practiced by myself. I'm self-taught, and I assisted doing makeup on a set of Love and Hip Hop. One thing about my craft, I practice hard at it and everything, but I'm definitely one to like not notice exactly what the I'm doing, because it's like, all right, I put my mind on something and it's like, all right, I'm gonna do it, you know. When I started really noticing and tapping into like, damn, I'm really dope. Like, I'm doing some shit and I'm getting my name out there. That wasn't until I did Jersey City Fashion Week. Wasn't that many models in the show, but it just got me the exposure that I needed at the time. Like, I needed my name to get out there. I needed people to see what I'm doing. Like, I worked a lot of bullshit jobs up until I really was able to focus on my business and everything full time. I worked at a psych hospital in Secaucus for 3 years. I hated the job. It was like literally the worst job ever. Miserable as every day. And a lot of people might not know this, but I was a exotic dancer and stripper also at the same time. At the hospital, I served lunch, breakfast, and dinner to the patients. So in between, if I got a client, say at 11, the client would say, I need you by 12. All right, it's time to do the dishes. We done serving breakfast or whatever. I'm running to Jersey City, make this money, and I'm coming back to work. That's just how dedicated I was. Thank God they fired me, because if they wasn't gonna fire me, I damn sure was gonna quit that August. But they fired me in July. And I got in the car and I called my mother and I was like, girl, they fired me. And I'm laughing. She's like, it's so funny. I'm like, girl, they fired me. I was like, I'm happy. And, you know, on the drive home to Jersey City, I pulled over and was crying. And I just kept thinking, God, I was like, yo, I could really focus on myself now. And that, it gets me emotional now, because I've taken that's just one of the jobs and adversities, I guess you could say, that I had to face, because it's like, I never got the chance to like really focus on myself up until leaving that job. And I don't want to, it was a toxic job, toxic environment, everything. And like I said, I had full time to focus on me and my business. And that's what I did. It wasn't easy at all. Like, literally being broke. I was doing Uber Eats at one point, eating my food. But it was so hard. Like, but one thing about me, my mother ain't raised no quitter. It don't matter what, it's just not in me to be weak. It's not in me to be weak or give up on anything. I start something, I'm damn sure gonna finish it, and I'm gonna be the best at it. From there, I got hired at Atlantica Beauty in Jersey Gardens Mall. Sephora was downstairs on the first floor. Atlantica Beauty was upstairs. So I'm taking the mail to the mail room on the first floor, sneaking in Sephora and be like, oh, you know, like, y'all hiring? Every time it was time for a mail run, oh, I'll take it. I'm going in there, let me speak to the manager. Like, you know, my name is Tiger. I used to work for Sephora. I guess they heard about me through Instagram or word of mouth. And they was like, we can't hire you. That's a conflict of interest. And I was like, why? Because you have your own brand. You have your own cosmetic line that I started in 2018. And they was like, that'll be a conflict of interest. We can't. So I had to downplay myself just to get hired at Sephora, because I needed the money to support my dreams and career. I was at Sephora. I literally quit Atlantica Beauty. I went there the next week because she was like, all right, so if it's not that serious, not that big of a brand or anything, we can hire you. Bet. Went upstairs, girl. This is it. See y'all later. And that was it. And I started Sephora a week later. I sat in my room. I was smoking. And I was listening to Usher's Confessions album. And that's one of my favorite albums by him. And I was deep in thought, writing. And I was like, yo, Confessions of an Introvert, that sounds dope as and it came to me like lipsticks and everything just came to me just from me listening to that album and like really writing it down. And I'm like, oh, I got a whole line right here. And this is a year prior to me actually releasing my line. In the process of me strategizing and putting my first collection together, here come Rihanna with her. She released Fenty with literally the same colors that I had written down. And I ain't gonna hold you, like I was like, damn, I can't even release this now because then it's gonna look like a replica or look like I'm trying to copy her. But I still got the in my phone, in my notes, like I had literally the same colors written down already. I wanna say 3 or 4 collections later, I've expanded I guess you could say my look on beauty, my brands period with mink lashes, lip glosses again, facial sprays, men's set, women's sets. It might sound cliche, but I'm very to myself. I'm very quiet and I'm shy, but it's only because I'm such a loner and I isolate myself so much that it's not always good for me sometimes. But then on the flip side, it's like, I'll be damned if I'm about to let somebody come and up what I got going on for myself. I'm very big on keeping people who I know can feed me spiritually, and I feed them. One thing I can say, I've lost, as far as deaths, I've lost a lot of inspirational people in my life. And at one point, I did want to give up doing makeup, doing everything. I was not to the point of suicide or anything like that, but definitely to the point of giving up doing makeup. I've lost, so it's like I need people to give me that inspiration that I once had creatively. I want to be global. Like, I want my to be in stores. I do have a good clientele when it comes to my makeup brand, my cosmetic brand. But I want everybody rocking my because like now I've expanded to having unisex products. So it's like, it's no reason why I can't touch everybody around the world. I'm very solidified in Jersey and New York. So it's like, I feel like I have nothing to prove. I've done that when I started doing makeup, I ain't planning on being a celebrity makeup artist or magazine publications, 4 billboards right now at the moment. I didn't sign up for none of this, but I'm not, I'm not like, stepping back away from it either because it's all a part of God's plan. So with that, I will be moving soon, and I plan to take over wherever I move next. Like, plain and simple. Thanks for tuning in to INRVISION. You can follow me on IG at hotcommodity with 2 T's _ MUA _ Tiger.